getting ready to watch the Warriors taking on the Gold Coast Titans. And got the Warriors, and later on I'll be wearing my Panthers jersey as well. Taking on the Cowboys, that'll be the last game of today. But yeah, we got a pretty big day ahead of us. Pretty big afternoon ahead of us. But I want the Warriors to at least win the last game at home for the year. But I can also next year the Warriors might do a lot better as well with a new coach.
Absolutely unbelievable. It's a big result for Kiwi High School fans.
This program brought to you by the Monopoly game.
Okay, boys, we get ready.
Download and play today. Telstra, blocking millions of threats every day.
And Sean Johnson is being ruled out for this game.
Shop in store.
I think it might be because of his injury last week against the Panthers. But yeah.
Welcome to a sold-out Mount Smart Stadium for the final round on Fox League. The Warriors and the Titans signing off here.
Yeah, go to Warriors!
To get back home to play these games this season, and there'll be a whole lot more at Mount Smart in 2023. They'll play 9 home games here. They'll be off to Wellington and Napier as well, and then another home game at Suncorp in Magic Round. But it'll be so exciting to see the New Zealand team playing across the ditch more regularly from next year onwards after all the sacrifices they have made, Shane Flanagan.
Yeah, it will be. They've got a new coach coming in as well, so it'll make a big difference. They've been pretty good at home this year, and I expect no difference today. But this Titan side is going to score some points. They're exciting to watch, and I expect them to score a lot today.
Yeah, they've been racking them up in recent times. And last year they met in the same round on the Gold Coast. It was 44-0. Also squared off round 2 this year. 20 points to 18, the Titans in a nail-biter. No score in the last 22 minutes in that game. And a bit going on as well. There might be some leftovers, so watch this space. Could be some niggle.
Yes, exactly. And old boys stay there for the Warriors. A lot of their ex-players there. We saw them walk around before the game. So this team that runs out today, I want to respect what they've done for the club. And as I said, at home, full house, you'd expect the Warriors to turn up.
Yeah, they're honouring the 2002 Grand Final side, knocked off by the Roosters on the final day of the season, with the likes of Coach Daniel Anderson, Clinton Torpey, PJ Marsh, Villasanti, CU, Kevin Campion, all in the house, along with other old boys as well, like Ruben Wiki, who's looking pretty stylish today when we saw the pictures earlier.
And fit.
Yeah.
Looked like he could still play.
And here's the man, identified as Matty Johns as his captain of the year. Tino Fa'asuamaleaui just loves the way he goes about it, and he's handing over responsibilities to the milestone man today, Mo Fotuaika, who plays his 100th game in the NRL. Congratulations to him. A late change. Jared Wallace listed to play in the dummy half role in the game for the Titans. But congratulations, Mo Fotuaika, 22 years of age.
Yeah! Go to Warriors, can't wait for them to walk out in their black jerseys
Tough
again.
position to play. He gets that milestone game today, and he's so powerful. Does a lot of work. He's got good late footwork, and this Titans team will run off the back of what he does in this opening 20 minutes.
Reception for the home team. It is officially a sellout after the club sponsor Vodafone bought the 6,000 tickets and offered them to the fans who wanted to come and watch Reece Walsh sign off as a Warrior, his final game before joining the Broncos next season. And a lot of guys with 20 or more on their back, including Dejan Arce alongside Harris Davida in the halves, and Vilea comes into the starting lineup as well with Ed Corsi. Surprised not to see him in the original team, but he will play on the wing in the number 22 jumper. He's got 5 tries in his last 2 games at this venue.
Yeah, you just saw the emotion on Reece Walsh's face as he came out onto the field. Obviously, it means a lot to him this game. He wants to play well. He's leaving the club and he wants to leave it on good terms. Just the emotion, amazing.
And they'll get the ball first here, the Warriors, although it's hanging up in the breeze, making it really awkward. And that is a brave take, putting his body on the line there. And Dejan Arce got there in the nick of time. Here's another saying farewell. Ewan Aitken will be a Dolphin next season. And Eli Katoa into the starting lineup again as Bunty Afoa dropped back to his regular spot on the bench. And there's the take from Arce. Managed to control it before hitting the deck. 1-6 record since the bye for the Warriors, but a bit of razzle-dazzle from Wade Egan, who was a late omission last week, back in the dummy half role tonight. Harris Davida goes aerial, and there's no frills. Corey Thompson.
Mr. Reliable, Corey Thompson. He's good under the high ball. He's not a big man, but a lot of first grade. So reliable.
Closing in on 50 career tries, game number 122 for him tonight. And here's the other winger, Greg Marju, and he busts tackles for fun. Had over 200 metres run in the round 2 encounter between these two teams. A couple of tries as well. Here's Big Tino. Is he a captain that impresses you?
He is. He leads by example. It doesn't say a lot, but he leads by example and actions.
Tanner Boyd, the dominant kicker. And the breeze a factor here. Corsi electing to let it bounce and good enough to tidy up in the end. He didn't want to flirt with that touchline.
And as you said, Speedy, really interesting to see the Titans, just how Jared Wallace gets around the park. He's a big man. He's got to get the dummy half consistently, and it will take its toll.
1-10 Zelezniak in off the wing, looking for work and keeping those legs pumping. There it is, Wallace getting involved in that previous tackle. Sean Johnson ruled out due to a calf issue that he sustained in the first half against Penrith last week. Walsh trying to duck his way through the defensive line of the Titans. Plays it on the last. And Dejan Arce, it's a booming kick away. The crowd trying to put off Jaden Campbell, but he's too good for that. They've won 2 of their last 3. Trying to finish the season on a high and take momentum into the next campaign under Justin Holbrook. The coach has a 3-1 record against the Warriors, 75% win rate compared to his overall that sits at 35%. It's been a tough grind for Holbrook since coming back from the Super League to take on this role. Exactly, moving it on. And slipping their way through here.
Oh, yes.
Excellent
stuff.
On the outside as Sami through the pass with real power. He's normally out on the wing.
Well, he's got a slick haircut, I know that much, and he just ducks underneath 2 tackles here and pokes out the other side. He just couldn't get that pass right. They had some good cover defence coming across the Warriors, but a real opportunity there for the Titans gone begging.
Big chance for Marju to add to those 2 tries from round 2. He could have held on. So we've seen the breeze being a factor for the kicks and also those long passes. Fanua Blake, the leader of this pack. Tolu Harris. Cut out ball, and this one finds the mark. Corsi. Well found by Harris Tavita, playing his final game before going off on an extended vacation, starting in Europe.
Yes!
Through the middle, 4 cuts
Oh,
up.
damn.
And Jaden Campbell makes a terrific tackle in the last line. Walsh, lovely pass.
Yes!
For the first try of the ball game, Reece Walsh
Hell yeah!
offering that parting gift of a beautiful select pass.
Yeah, it all started upfield. A really good run. They make half a break and then they get down into really good field position and they shift. A nice break. That's the break we're talking about. He gets down, gets a quick play the ball. The Titans defence can't regather, and then a good decision to go to the right-hand side of the field. And once again, a beautiful pass there to Arthurs. He hits the hole lovely, and that's a great start for the Warriors.
And with Viliami Vailea coming into the starting lineup today, it was interesting to see who would play at right centre. They both prefer to play that position, and Jesse Arthurs remained in that slot and is the beneficiary of a beautiful passing move from the Warriors for his 5th try of the campaign. Debuted as a Titan, round 9 of 2019, then via the Broncos to wind up with the Warriors.
Yeah, and he's found his home there. He's a really good player. He's on the right-hand side today. He comes up with an early try. But the Titans' defence in the middle part of the field, there's some gaping holes. The Warriors are just marching up the field. They need to tighten up their middle third defensively. And the Warriors up to a great start, as we said.
Stacey Jones, the caretaker coach, with a 2-8 record since he took over. We've seen already how much it means to Reece Walsh to say goodbye on the right note. Good and handy goal kicker, as those numbers show. And drives it through, drawing it to perfection. And the Warriors have a 6-0 lead, 6.5 minutes in.
As we watch this replay again, really smart pass from Walsh. Hits his centre right on the chest. No stopping him from that far out. He's been involved in everything positive for the Warriors so far, Reece Walsh. Some really nice passing. He's had carried the ball.
And the celebration from Arthur showing that he knew he had DWC unmarked outside him if he needed him. A quick pass celebration.
Yeah, the Zealy could tell a run, the break. He didn't try and push the pass on that one. He just got tackled, got a quick play the ball, and they shifted to the right-hand side.
Campbell had made that tackle as well. Jolted free of 110. Zelezniak's grasp went backwards.
They can go either way, those ones. That could have been a knock-on any other day.
Yeah, but identified as a loose carry and then knocked out of there by the Titans, but play on it is for the home team. Fanua Blake, the lateral movement. Great post-contact meters on offer for the big man.
Outstanding footwork at the line. He's so big, as you said, he's fast. Some nice interchange passing through the Warriors forwards, just poking their nose through.
They're on top of the ground at the moment. These Warriors again, as identified by Flano, there's meters available up through the middle. Darcy ducked after getting the kick away. Fans don't like it. Then accusations. But
Yes! Hell yeah!
this time it's Curran over, and the Warriors go back to back. Some ad-lib footy from Reece Walsh as the Warriors fans on their feet.
Yeah, we'll have a look at the obstruction maybe on the kick. But it's fantastic play and vision from Reece Walsh again. The kick goes up, and the Titans can't come up with possession. And he just knew he had that black jersey sweeping around the back. He comes up with a beautiful flick pass. I think we'll have a look at the obstruction on the kick, and there could be green lights.
Martini Zalesniak thought he was the victim of an escort, but it doesn't matter now. As long as there wasn't a little hand in there from Arthurs, everything will be A-OK. Starved of live footy in recent years, these Warriors fans, they're lapping up this start, going in better than a point a minute.
Yeah, Speedy, we spoke about the set prior to that try. The Warriors forwards, started by Adam Fanua-Blake, just really late footwork at the line, poking their nose through the line, some short interchange passing, just creating some quick play the balls and marching up the field, and that smart kick on the end. And Reece Walsh comes up with a beautiful flick pass for the try.
What a start this guy has made. And drills another 2 points. Things are looking up for the Warriors coaching box with Sean Johnson behind Stacey Jones, 2 superstars of the club. Up on high. And Curran, the beneficiary here.
Come back to over.
His 7th career try.
Give him
Plenty of Warriors jerseys in the picture there, supporting, getting down for the kick, putting some pressure on the catch. They force the error and they get a try. The Titans' defence hasn't been their best subject all year. And then a Warriors side that's on their game at the moment, especially offensively, marching up the field with good power and speed. They just have to tighten up them defensively, the Titans, especially in the middle part of the field, to get themselves back in this game and get some football.
Second time in a row that Martini Zalesniak has taken the kick off and had to take it back himself. Doesn't shy away from taking on the big man. Tino given the hurry up to release the leg of Fanua-Blake as the Warriors hunt for metres up the middle again. Beau Fermor trying to make a statement defensively. Taking down Tohu Harris. Katoa. What an addition he is going to be for the Melbourne Storm next season. It's like another clever bit of recruitment. And the Titans find a spark. They've been free scoring of late, but giving up 2 tries already.
Well, I don't feel they need to find too much of a spark. They just need some time in possession. Get their forwards into the game and get the Warriors, get their tackle count up. At the moment, the Warriors fresh, coming off their line, obviously scored 2 tries and everything's rosy, but make them work hard. Players like Campbell in around the ruck are going to cause some trouble.
Their worst defensive record in club history, averaging just shy of 28 points per game conceded. And right now they're behind in all of the stats after the opening 11 minutes. Completing just their 2nd set so far and finding touch to give them a relative breather, but it's a play the ball when the Warriors want to get on with it.
Yeah, and it's not the kick that they wanted, the Titans. They wanted the ball in play. They want to put it in that bottom corner. Unfortunately, it comes off the side of his boot and goes to the side of the sideline and just gives the Warriors a fresh start.
Dorsey caught high. Not sure it's against you, Jared. It might have been Fodawaker with the initial contact. Or is it Jared Wallace, the guilty party?
Interesting comments from the referee there that we just got to wait so it's viewed by the bunker.
Adam G having a look in the bunker. It was Wallace over the top. There you go. Shoulder making contact with the head.
Good work by both touchdowns and the bunker. Good decision. Warriors in really good fit. Outstanding kick for touch.
Heading to a new club. Next season, Jared Wallace doesn't want to turn up and say, oh, by the way, I'm suspended.
No, not a good start with the coach.
Did serve a lengthy ban recently for a tackle that saw him sent off. He'll be a Dolphin next year. Along with Ewan Aitken, one of the opposition. Harris to Vita, and they were ready and waiting that time for the run of Katoa.
I'm throwing another try. Warriors, I'm throwing the 3rd one. You've been too good today.
deputises. Darcy.
Oh, they might.
Perhaps not anticipating the pass was coming his way.
Oh, let's see what the Warriors can do. Maybe they got the Warriors.
Chase was there in plenty of time, including Walsh. And a mistake at the end of it all.
Oh, yeah.
A little wobble in there against Jojo Fafita.
Yeah, it's a pretty average set from the Warriors. Dejan Arcee's got to organise his side, his right-hand side attack. When they went to that edge, there wasn't a lot on. Some of the players were actually surprised when they received the football. They get a kick in, they force the error. They need to be better on this set, the Warriors.
Possession nudging 70% here for the home team. And the fans have certainly found their voice here from the centre field scrum. Pass hits.
Yes! Yes!
The fly.
Yes!
From DW.
This is what I'm talking about.
And they've got another one.
Yes, they force the error from the kick. They go to their scrum play. The pass hits the ground, the bouncing ball, he gets a beautiful bounce, Dallin, as they come out. They look for shape, the ball hits the deck, Dallin, a beautiful one-handed pick-up, and a beautiful put-down as well. And the Warriors want to start to this game, 3 quick tries, and they look like they're going to score plenty more if they keep playing like this.
Smile for the camera. Dallin, the cameraman right in the corner to capture this. The smile already on his dial because he knows he's got that kind of finish in his locker. Such an exciting player. Already captained his country. He'll be at the World Cup that you'll see live on Fox League, of course, in the coming months. And they're going to be a tough team to toss, the Kiwis.
They are. A really interesting time. Looking forward to all those international games. On this game here, the Titans, they just need some possession, and they've probably only had a couple of sets at the moment, and it's all been coming off their try line. They've had no ball in the opposition's 40-metre zone, and it's just been Warriors powering up the field, getting to their kick, and then forcing some errors twice off kicks, and giving them repeat sets.
The World Cup live and exclusive on Fox League, all coming your way shortly after the finish of the season. All of the finals ad-free on Fox as well. Walsh trying to bend and all the way back. Not quite enough hook that time, but 16-0, and they're going at a point a minute here, the Warriors.
And it will turn for the Titans, and they've got to be patient with it. And when the tide does turn, they've got to make sure they value possession. At the moment, 69% of possession to the Warriors, and they've used it really well. For the Titans, they've only had 4 sets, and they've only completed 2 of those. And that's why the scoreboard's 16-0.
Fifth, 8th and 14th minutes. Referee Ziggy Zaklasa Adamski waiting for the all clear for these restarts. Might be a lengthy game the way the Warriors are coming. They're stopping the game a lot with these tries that they're racking up here. Qatar, what a start of the game he has made. Rewarded with a start again, and that number 16 jumper, that takes him up over 70 metres run already. Leading all comers in that category. Egan trying to add to his numbers, taken down by Fafita. Had to let him go. Again, just one marker there for the Titans as they go wide to Vilea. Still a teenager, Filiami. Darcy. Back towards Montini Zelezniak again, this time the knock on. Leads to a turnover of possession. Campbell nearly away there. Important tackle by Curran.
Yeah, 65 metres gained in that set from the Warriors. Now standing set after points again, and then they come up with a kick, and Dallin catches the ball and just flicks it out the back, hoping very similar to the Reece Walsh situation. It doesn't go to hand, and Campbell picks the ball up and he's away. Now the Titans need to value possession, make the Warriors make some tackles.
The milestone man, Fodawaker. AJ Brimson, first mention for him, in superb form right now, but we haven't seen him dazzle just yet. Here's the opportunity. On the last, he waits left-hand side. Jared Wallace goes to the open. Patana Boyd trying to get a repeat set here. And the chase was good. And Wallace able to follow up and bring the winger down.
Yeah, Tanner Boyd, just what the Titans needed. A repeat set. About 20 metres out. He had to wait it well. And the chase, and he actually gets run off the football, but the chase was good enough. Jared Wallace just gets enough of him, and they get a repeat set. Exactly what they needed.
Did the Warriors go short? Seen a lot of that recently. Reece Walsh has all the tricks. Left footer. Having a look out to this side. Tries to give it everything. Takes the Warriors bounce as well. Brimson looking for a big man, and Fodawaker will be tackled around that 40-metre line. So that's a win from a dropout. Fermor in terrific try-scoring form. Trying to become the first Titan to score in 5 straight games here tonight.
The move to Jared Wallace to number 9, it just takes any threat out of dummy half for the Warriors. He's always just going to pass. He'll be a threat down the try line, but he's no threat out of dummy half.
So Brimson steps in this time, leaves Wallace in a central area. Standing at first receiver instead, moving on to Liu. And now on the last. Again, Wallace goes to his number 7. Tough one to take, but Jojo Fafita did so stylishly and trying to shove Corsi back into the in goal. He's got to stay in the field of play. And they maintain their discipline here. The Titans can get back into the contest. 3 tackles made, and the Warriors just 15 out.
Yeah, and Speedy, that's exactly what they need to do. Just get into the cycle, make the Warriors kick out of their end, and a yardage kick rather than an attacking kick, as Egan goes through the middle.
Yes!
Buntiafoa just on. He didn't have the late offload in his locker. Teammate was screaming for it. Harris DeVita. Arcee off the back of it, and suddenly the Warriors are able to get a kick that lands 2 metres out from the try line. What a turn of events in that set.
It's just what's happening every set for the Warriors. They're just going 100 metres on their back of their yardage sets, and they're a really positive kick and turning the football over a metre from the try line and then muscling up in defence.
And if Afoa had got the pass away, it might have been another 4-pointer. Now, how does the ref see this one? Knocked out by the Warriors. It's play on after Arthur's tidied up. 4 line breaks already in the opening quarter of this contest. There's some physicality, much needed from the Titans, as Afoa was backslammed by Wallace. Walsh, what a pickup off his shoelaces. Proving so difficult to contain already in this game, and the offloads keep on coming. Egan eventually concedes on play 2. Harris. Oh, lovely pass from Fanua Blake. Gave Curran a chance to try and burst through the gap. Now Harris showed right, held on, and Fodawaker able to knock it from his grasp. And the Titans get a break.
Yeah, they just miss up their lines on that left edge, mistiming, and then he's skipping overs, and he accidentally run into his own attacking player. Just a little bit early there, Ewan Aiken.
All heads in. I'll pull it out. Josh heads in, Reece.
I think Master goes. I think the Titans goes out, but the left down here. She said. That is, if I was the captain, I would probably challenge. Yeah, I would have challenged offside.
At this venue, it's 9-3. Nothing to add to that, the way they've started. this venue against this opponent. Sami had that chance to put Marju over earlier. How costly was that miss when the pass went into touch? Big Tino with the hair flying up to get the late offload for Brimson. And the two front rowers there to take him down. Hung up by Boyd. Plenty of hang time, but an easy take for Corsi. Sixth straight start for him on the left wing. 23-year-old. Montoya was named on Tuesday to play on the left wing, but he was out with a knee. Rocco Berry named at left centre, ruled out with a toe issue. Sean Johnson with a calf. That's why we've got three players with the numbers in their 20s. Getting relatively late in this tackle count, and Ziggy has pinged the Titans.
Yeah, some poor defence in the middle part of the field from the Titans, and then some poor discipline. The Warriors have just been marching up the field through their middle forwards, and then a positive kick at the end of it. And on this occasion, they get the penalty close to the 50-metre line, and they're going to be in really good field position, and there's going to be a lot of pressure on this Titans side to turn them away. They've got to turn them away. They can't leave points again.
On the 30.
Conservative touch finder from Walsh as the rain begins to sweep in sideways. As forecast, ponchos being donned. Again, the confident passing from Fanua Blake, combining with Harris, and how he wants it again. The captain, late offload for Egan, little juggle, but it's okay. Harris to Vida, saw some space in behind, and the fullback wasn't an issue. So Thompson had to concede another set.
Yeah, that's confidence. Young 5'8" just realises that the fullback's up in the line. There's some space behind the line. He doesn't, it's confidence. He doesn't worry what tackle count it is. Puts a nice kick. Gets a repeat set.
We'll be heading to the World Cup and then starting his gap year or two in Europe. Chanel Harris Tavita, after telling the Warriors that he was out a few months ago now. 21st tackle now in the opposition half. An apology there from Jolliffe, who might have stomped on his opponent's fingers there as he's trying to play the ball.
Reece Walsh out the left-hand side.
Fanua Blake.
Yes! Yes!
It's a devastating effect. Has Fanua Blake been held up though?
G, coming to tackle 3. I lose sight of the ball. I've got no try. I lose sight of it. I've got held up on 3.
Finish.
Desperation of Fasul Mala Ali.
The ball is initially short and there is momentum in the tackle. Just looking to see if Adam gets it to the ground.
He knows he didn't, ready to play it.
Just wait.
Can see here that hands are under the ball and Adam is held up. We have a decision.
Tackle 3.
The signs for the Titans, the desperation to try and deny the Warriors their fourth try, but there's still plays in this set.
10 out, push up. Tackle 3. Hold, go.
Plays at 10 out. And the passing between the forwards has been catching the eye in recent sets for the home team. Harris cut out this time for Harris Tavita. Leah swamped 5 metres out. Plenty of depth on offer. Harris Tavita, that's a wicked kick. Great handling from Sami, but there's no way out.
That's a great take as well. He kicked that across the face of the goal mouth. I thought it was going to hit the goalpost pad at one occasion. he gets down on a fast ball that's moving across some slippery grass. We just had some rain. He gives it a big good hit. That's a great pickup.
Short drop out towards that sideline. Nearly perfect for the Titans, but Walsh played it safely in the end. In the halftime show coming up on Fox League, just 14 minutes away or so, there's some breaking news out of Brookvale. Be sure to tune in for that. Warriors knocking on the door again. Darcy this time looks heavy off the boots, and Jaden Campbell summed it up that way as well. A very relieving 7-tackle set from the 20-metre tap.
Yeah, young Arsenal just gets it wrong there. He just puts too much on it. The ball goes over the dead ball line. But some really good play from Campbell as well. He just knew where the chasers were coming from. He knew he had time. And just lets it roll over the dead ball line.
A really poor finish to the season for Manly, and breaking news from Brookvale. Watch this space coming up in the halftime show. Campbell slotting in. Curran sticks to the task. Ted Turner is out there playing the dummy half role now. And the number 14 jumper. Debuted as a Warrior a couple of years ago now. Campbell popping up on the right-hand side. Thompson doesn't have a whole lot of room, tries to make it work, and managed to take it away from Walsh, and they get a set restart out of it. He just makes things happen, this guy.
Because he competes so hard on everything. He doesn't give up, he just chases hard. As we said, he's not the biggest man, but he just works so hard on and off the ball.
Massive chance to post their first points of the ball game.
The Titans
Brimson. Oh, it's off the chest. I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Sami was about to score and knocked out of there by the Warriors, I think.
I'm going to check if there's any interference here in back play. I've got a goal line drop out live. Thanks, mate.
Awkward looking kick from Brimson initially, that almost landed in the lap of Sami.
Offside kick chase is onside. We just need to see where the ball hits Philip Sami.
Below the waist.
It's off Philip Sami's body we're playing on at this point.
Any touch here off Sami?
No, it's Dallin. It's all Dallin there. The referee got it right.
The ball is hit backwards by Dallin and goes dead. We have a decision.
Thanks, mate. Stay short, drop out. Okay, goal line drop out. Just wait, Chris. Stay behind.
Short drop out and awkward for Furmore. Marshu. It was there. None of his teammates were backing him in.
Yeah, the Titans used to probably going to go through that.
Liu took 3 to stop him. Left-hand side looks the way to go. Boyd saw it as well. Brimson spinning his way through the tackle. What an exciting player AJ Brimson is! And scores with momentum. A try out of nothing from the superstar wearing the 6 for Gold Coast.
Yeah, speed. They needed it. They needed one of their superstars to stand up. There wasn't a lot going on for the Titans. The ball goes over the left-hand side of the field. AJ Brimson looks out to the right, and there's nothing on. He just comes back off his left foot, beats 1, beats 2, and then his speed gets through the gap, and a good awareness of where that try line was, making sure that it's not a double movement. He just rolls over with momentum, but that's some great footwork. We've seen this plenty of times from this man. Powerful through the hips, spins around, just what the Titans needed from one of their leaders.
Absolutely sensational last week against Newcastle. 2 tries, 2 try assists, 2 line break assists, 5 tackle busts in a devastating all-round display. And he's backed it up here across the ditch with the Titans first. And he's just one behind Beau Fermor for most tries this season for the Titans.
Just get the feel with both of these sides. They're not here to defend. They're here to score some points. They're here to attack. And the side that just gets themselves together, just defending, box of 6, rather than box of 12 and so on, will get away to the win.
But that won't happen.
And a boy trying to silence the Boo Boys, does just that. And brings it back to an 8-point margin. And Brimson hobbled after scoring the try. Looks like he'll try and run it off.
It's really interesting for the Titans. A part of their evolution over the next 12 months is around this man. We came into the game, he was exciting at fullback. Obviously with the emergence of Campbell into the side, where does he play? I think that number 6 jersey is his. If he wants it, obviously Foran coming to the club next year. So really interesting how the Titans 6, 7 and 1 makeup turns out for in 23.
And we're seeing today how important the signing of Sam Verrills is. And out and out number 9.
Without a doubt.
And Jamin Jolliffe is on, and the number 16 jumper. Faisal and they get expansive here. Jojo Fafita slipping through the tackle of Violina, and there was backup from Corsi. Tom Harley on, and the number 17 for the Warriors. Both coaches working their bench big time here in the first half. Fafita accused of milking there. Now Brimson. Around 25 mentality. Shane Flanagan, you mentioned earlier, wanting to score more so than defend.
Yeah, unfortunately, both sides not, obviously in semi-final contention. They want to go out there and just play football. They're not probably thinking about defensive qualities.
Wicked bounce, but it finds touch in the end. Tony Zalesniak mighty relieved about that. Both wingers already have elected to let it bounce in that situation. If you're a coach, are you happy with that? Is that how you coach them?
No, coach them to catch. Always catch the ball on the full if you can. Obviously that one there, he was a bit concerned about the sideline and catching and then getting bundled into touch, so that's why he chose not to catch it.
So if you ask them to catch in that situation, then get down to ground as soon as possible and come back in board as far as you can.
Correct.
Strong running from Ewan Aitken. Video ref has twice denied him his 50th try in recent weeks.
It's been good for the Warriors. Obviously came from the Dragons, has just played predominantly centre. He's been switching to the back row and made a real good fist of it. Can always go back to the centre if he needs, but he's a really strong, powerful runner, gets good metres.
Harris has made 16 tackles, that takes him up over 50 metres run as well. The Titans elect to catch, a good 10 metres in from touch, and Jojo Fafita's done some nice things already.
Another one that's burst onto the scene this year. He's had an outstanding debut year. He's got better and better each week.
His 8th straight appearance since that debut against the Broncos in round 18. They missed Campbell for a chunk of the season as well. Brimson eager for a quick play the ball from Fermor. Marshall again, how often does he beat the initial tackle? Very strong man on the left wing for the Titans. Trying to wait the kick here for the Chasers, but not enough hang time. They managed to hold him up for a little while there, but a show of strength from Corsi to stay in the field of play. What about the footwork from Filea? Step around a couple.
Yeah, they need to be really disciplined here, the Titans. They can't give him a penalty coming out of trouble inside their 40. Last time they were down here, exactly what they did.
Don't forget to keep it locked on Fox League. triple header of NRL action after the earlier NRLW game, and breaking news from Brookvale coming up in the halftime show as another high shot from the Titans allows the Warriors out of their own end.
Don't go quick.
And you just can't do it. Egan just jumps out of dummy half and the tackle's high.
Punch in behind Tom.
Just gives them a piggyback out of their end again and go get into good field position. They've got to get in the arm wrestle. They've got to make the Warriors kick out of trouble rather than just run it or kick from back of penalties. Talking about Greg Marshall, Speedy, he's already had 4 tackle breaks in this game. As you said, very rarely does the first contact stop him. Powerful ball runner.
Handy asset to have for a winger. All those tough meters on offer out of the own end. Ale keeps his legs pumping here. Murdoch Marcella also on, as you saw, with an earlier hit up in this set. Mistake in the play the ball. Very late whistle. And they're pondering a captain's challenge here. And they will send it upstairs. They said, did you knock it off? No. Who, me? No. Let's go with the Bundaberg captain's challenge.
And Wade Egan was right in the dummy half position, had the best view.
Just looking to determine if Tom Ali loses possession. Tom Ali always maintains possession. The challenge is successful.
Keeps his licence as a middle forward.
He keeps his licence, but actually it should have been a penalty to the Titans. You've got to stand with the ball in your hand. You can't push yourself up with the ball on the ground.
Would you want the bucket away in then and say?
Yeah, I think he should have. He should have said it's a penalty to the Titans.
Walsh through the dummy, hunting a 4-pointer of his own this time after setting up a couple already. Runners in motion here by Leah against Fafita. Well done, Jojo again. Essentially, he was the mainstay there defensively. On the last, some depth here for Harris DeVita. Brimson put a body on his man. Left behind here for Arthurs. And I think Brimson wins the beach sprint. Although the Warriors are celebrating, I'm not sure how it could be a try out of all that, but you never know.
No, I think you're right, Speedy. Reece Walsh doesn't get a touch on it there. And then Jesse Arthurs.
Warriors kick chase. At this point, there's no knock-on from the Warriors we're playing on. The ball is off the feet of the Warriors and backwards off the Titans' hand.
Hang on a minute. Curran comes from the clouds and wins the beach sprint.
Yeah!
We have a decision.
And that's the benefit of the bunker.
Oh, I've never seen that before.
First go, I thought that Brimson got to the ball. But it's a Warriors try. Well done.
Oh, damn.
You were so
Then the
close to
other-
getting a hand on it initially.
The other Titans playing the Warriors, which you can't get to, but Josh Cowan gets
the task here after Harris
over and
went
Josh
crossfield.
Cowan gets into both of them and gets
And
it
then it comes
down.
off his leg, so Arthurs has to be onside as well during that little sequence. And I think he was just onside, but it comes off the leg of Curran here. There was so much going on. He's almost in front there. It's worth another look. You with me?
I'm with you, man. Yeah, I was just having a look that it comes off him. I think Jesse Arthur's a touch in front. Try confirms.
He was in front, but then just as it comes off Curran's leg, he might have just gotten back onside. And he was so confident all along, and teammates eventually said, yeah, you were right. He's got a double in the first half, his first career double. Plays with heart each and every week and deserves a finish like this to his campaign. He's starting a little too far out, Walsh. Getting a bit carried away with the hook on the breeze.
Yeah, his radar, his starting point is definitely trying to go for that. As he's looking at it, he's left upright.
There he is. There was no lifetime ban for the Aaron Woods lookalike. He's back with a different kind of shoe. He's going the gumboot option.
And we have a look at the kick. A lot of the Warriors' kicks have got results. They've got 2 tries from kicks so far this game. It wasn't a great kick, but it was a good chase. There was people in and around the ball, and obviously the Titans contesting it, but not coming up with possession, and the Warriors just competing harder than their opposition.
They start today with a 6-17 record. It's been such a grind for them on the road. Based out of Redcliffe this season, but the camaraderie is still there. Great scenes, isn't it? The celebration of that try.
Well, there's nothing like playing at home. Every club, every side in the competition will tell you about the advantage of preparation and sleeping in your own bed and going to work. Massive advantage.
And also the brotherhood. It's unique playing for the Warriors, and maybe that's why the emotion was there for Reece Walsh today. He's enjoyed the experience.
Yeah, I'm sure he has. I'm sure he's learned a lot. And, it's been a tough period of time that they had to stay over here in Australia, and the mateship and bond they would have built during that period of being away from home and relying on each other.
Strong run by Murdoch Masilla on play 5. So Walsh, that left boot of his, towards the sideline, and Thompson goes safe first. That's what you can do.
Another outstanding set after points. They go the whole length and they turn the ball over in that bottom 10-metre square. Perfect.
Antiafoa came out of the line, looking for a bone rattler, just missed the mark. Trying to find some more points here before half-time by creating a turnover in the Titans' half.
Yeah, still 61% of possession to the Warriors. It will turn for the Titans. They just need to be good when it does.
Oh, Boyd is in trouble now. Has to hand it over. And the Warriors will start this set 40 out. And they'll get through the full set if they need it. And the mistake from Boyd opens the door big time here. The lead is 14. I don't think it's the kind of night where they'll think about a field goal before half time, but you never know.
No, if they score here, it could be the game.
Kicking early here, Walsh at speed, trying to find his way to the try line, and now the Titans can chew up the clock after the desperation from Campbell to get there first. So, highlights are plenty in the first half. Halftime show about to unfold, and the breaking news from Brookvale, but the Warriors in command at the break as the time is about to expire here. Siren sounds, it's the Warriors 20, the Titans 6.
Well, the Warriors are certainly enjoying their final game at Mount Smart Stadium. The Titans in just a little bit of trouble. They trail by 14 points, and all the action coming up very shortly on his last game there. Reece Walsh dishing out some advice. 20-6 halftime score at Mount Smart Stadium. You're watching Super Saturday. Some breaking news out of the Northern Beaches. Reports are in the Daily Telegraph that Des Hasler may have coached his last game for Manly. Tony Mestroff is quoted. He is the CEO in the telly saying the dynamics are not working at the moment and decisions need to be made. We need to do something because it is the end of the season and it has been very disappointing. Greg Alexander and Cooper Cronk. What does this mean for Des Hasler? Is he at a crossroads in his coaching career?
Well, I think Manly are at the crossroads after the finish to the season that they've had. The last month and a half has been extremely disappointing. They've been beaten by big scores. I know they went down to a field goal to Matt Burton last night, but still, to lose their remaining 6 or 7 games, I guess that puts pressure on anyone. And, the headline there was, if Des doesn't accept change, well, he might have, his time at the Seagulls might be over. Well, I think they're talking about the change around Des. That's what I get out of the story at the moment. That Des might be safe, but those around him mightn't. So they might want to move on the assistant coaches. the high performance people, and get some fresh voices in there. I don't know what it means for Des, but
Looks like a bit of a power play. Obviously, Des likes control. He is manly what he's done. You can't deny that over the course of his season history there. Yeah, last 6 weeks, Paul, no doubt about that. But then you see ownership, they want control of what's happened also. So I don't think there's going to be a good resolution here until they sit down, work it out, and come up with a plan.
there was obviously some conflict there. And then when Des delivered that speech, which was a very good speech at the time of the Pride jersey, you could tell that there must have been some conflict behind the scenes. Over the last 6 weeks, though, and I know it's no excuse, but there is some excuses. Like that, they had a hell of a lot of key players out.
When we've seen this style of governance, clearing the decks in and around the head coach, we've seen it at other clubs. But if Des doesn't accept those changes, is that the ultimatum? That's the door. You can leave. You're free to go if you don't like what we're going to impose upon you from here going forward.
It sounds like they've stepped in and they're saying to Des, look, Des, you've run the ship, but now we're running it. You'll coach the team, but you've got to accept what we think we need around you. That's what it sounds like.
Pure power play. These are the terms. You either abide by it or they might lose that connection between Des and Manly.
And Des has such a strong connection to the Northern Beaches, obviously first as a player, now as a coach in 2 stints there, 2 premierships over 12 years there in charge of the Manly Sea Eagles. He is Manly through and through, so expect this to be a very passionate one played out, unfortunately now in front of the media. The other breaking story this afternoon, Roosters star Joey Manu, there were some huge concerns for him as he limped off last night. Reports are a grade 2 calf tear. Cooper, what does that mean?
Yeah, look at that. He knew he was gone straight away. And someone like Joseph Manu, star power, gun player of the competition, they're your best talent on the field. And it's going to be tough to overcome, but they do have a little bit of depth. You've got Momorowski there, you've got Suoliti to come back in, you've got Tupou as well, so they can cover it, but it just makes it even tougher. If you want to lift the trophy, you want some of your stars, and he is a genuine superstar of our comp, but that did not look good. You can get a little tear and get away with it, but that one obviously looks pretty bad.
Yeah, look, if the Roosters make the grand final, I would give Joey Manu a chance to be there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, calves are notoriously very difficult to overcome, so hopefully if the Roosters can hang in there, it is not the last we've seen of Joey Manu. All right, you're watching Super Saturday. It's the Warriors. They lead 20-6 at Mount Smart Stadium. All the action coming up next.
To endure winter, the group huddles together. They work together. Move together. Never alone. Always as one.
Telstra, you're getting into music for less than you expect on a range of 5G phones from $399. All on Australia's best network.
Upsizing, downsizing, or simply refinancing. Real Life needs Australia's most flexible home loan. From CommBank.
It's just pizza, right? Nothing special. Seriously? Delicious authentic ingredients, perfect sourdough base. People I'm way too comfortable with. McCain Rustica. Nothing special? Beg to differ.
Building a better future is a responsibility we all share. As more countries take action to reduce carbon emissions, demand continues to grow for the products and services essential to accelerate responsible economic development. It's not easy, but it's resources like those produced by BHP that help make it possible.
These things are happening right now.
The future is clear. It's happening now.
The bank said no to your home loan? Talk to us.
not a bank.
Talk to Australia's real-life non-bank for home loans, car loans, personal loans. Pepper Money, the home of loan options.
Harvey Norman, your Samsung mobile phone destination. For 5 days only, get the new Samsung Galaxy Z series and receive bonus Harvey Norman gift cards. Get the Galaxy Z Flip 4 and receive a bonus $100 gift card. Or the Galaxy Z Fold 4 and get a bonus $400 gift card. That's right, bonus gift cards up to $400 when you buy either the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4 or Z Fold 4. Hurry, offer ends Tuesday. Get in store or online at Harvey Norman now.
Quarter pounder with bacon and a Macca's glass. Free with any medium or large quarter pounder range meal.
Here's your halftime highlights brought to you by Telstra. In their very last game for the year, the Warriors are playing with a lot more freedom than we've seen. Greg Alexander and Cooper Cronk, they led 16-0 after 4 minutes. This was wonderful to watch.
Yeah, they're playing really well in front of the home deck. There's no doubt they're giving their supporters something to cheer about. And Reece Walsh, the star fullback this year who's going to Broncos, has a hand in both of them. He's been exceptional in the first half. They look like they're playing free, they're playing up-tempo, smile on their face, and DWZ scored. As you said, it was 3 tries in the first 15 minutes. Dominated field position, dominated possession, Brandy, and they went on with it, but the Titans came back.
Yeah, AJ Brimson, who has been their best player over the last month by a country mile, scores a great individual try, and that got the score back to 16-6. You'd think 16-0 was a game-winning lead, but the Titans get one back and get a little bit closer, but they had no ball down the end. I think they only got through 10 sets, the Gold Coast Titans. That's not enough to put yourself in a winning position, whereas the Warriors have been very good, 19 of 22, so only 3 errors. Scored a couple of tries, Josh Curran, off kicks. And it wasn't that the kicks were fantastic, it was just the lack of urgency from the Titans. They just didn't care where the ball was.
Which you did warn us prior to kick-off, defence probably wasn't going to be a priority in this match. It is Old Boys Day at Mount Smart Stadium. They're honouring the 2002 team. Stacey Jones was part of that. He's got his last 40 minutes in charge of the Warriors. Do you think he'd be happy to finish strongly?
I think he'd be happy to finish.
Yeah, it's been a long stint.
Full stop.
I think those injuries, that came in to fill a hole.
It's a tough carry.
It's been a tough go.
It's been difficult. Hang in there, not too long to go. It's the last we see of the Warriors and the Titans for 2022. You're watching Super Saturday.
At Harvey Norman, get 16 months interest-free. No deposit, no interest with 60 approximately equal monthly payments from Latitude and receive a bonus gift card up to $1,000. That's a bonus $100 gift card for every $1,000 you spend on interest-free. Shop our huge range of furniture, bedding, the latest in technology, entertainment, home appliances, and so much more. Get 60 months interest-free. No deposit, no interest with 60 approximately equal monthly payments from Latitude and receive a bonus gift card valued at up to $1,000. Now at Harvey Norman.
Family runs better on Australia's best network. Add on extra mobile or data bundle plans, or a mix of both. Add on the family with our new bundle plans.
Dad's Day. Don't waste your money on a doodad like this. Instead, get him something from Repco.
Like 25% off Castrol and Bowden Zone car care, plus 40% off ProRack roof racks and Sunday.
Don't do doodads on Dad's Day. Do Repco.
Not slow.
Not difficult. Not just ticking boxes. Not a bank.
Talk to Australia's real-life non-bank for home loans, car loans, personal loans. Pepper Money, the home of loan options.
You'll get more than you think for less than you expect on a range of 5G phones from $399. All on Australia's best network.
What a beautiful bacon and eggy brekkie! And add a hash brown or McCafe coffee for your chance to win with the Monopoly game at Macca's. Take a winning chance at brekkie today.
work, eh, Wolf?
Gonna be a long day.
Well done.
Coming up. Nice one.
With an average return of 8.88% per annum for the past 38 years, it's good to know your money is working as hard as you.
Not long now.
Cbus Super, making hard work pay off.
Senses are set to extreme for the most important start of the year. So this is game on. Oh, that's insane! The accolades, the applause, the elation.
The Repco Bathurst 1000 via the Mountain Roar, October 6 to 9. Book now at Ticketek.
It was Monday. I turned on Fox League. It was teeing off.
Right into the face.
I was hooked. All in. Eat, sleep, leap, repeat. Eat, sleep, leap, repeat. I just couldn't get enough. Maddie, Kenty, Bossy, Fletch and Heidi. It was all singing, all dancing. It was awesome. League's most legendary team, all week long. Eat, sleep, leap, repeat.
The last 40 minutes of the season for the Warriors and the Titans, and the home team just enjoying what they've done so far. They lead this one 20 points to 6, a round 25 encounter at Mount Smart Stadium. And the Warriors looking to improve to 3-1 at this venue with limited opportunities in 2022. And they looked the goods in that first half, Shane Flanagan.
Yes, they did. Their interchange passing, their middle forwards was outstanding, led by that man Bunny Afawa and Adam Fanua-Blake. Their meters have been outstanding through that middle part of the field, and they've just marched off the back of their tries. They've marched up 100 metres with a good kick at the end, and obviously the Titans haven't defended those kicks on a few occasions, and they've come up with 2 tries from kicks. But they're still in this game, the Gold Coast Titans. We know they can score points. They love scoring points. They've got some really try scorers in their team. They just need some possession.
Josh Curran, 6 tries in his career in 37 games coming into today, and he's added 2 more. Can he finish with a hat-trick and really round out the season in style? The Titans get the ball first, playing catch-up. And Herman Esa with his first touch of the game, fresh on at the start of the second 40. There's Marju again. Even Murdoch Marcilla wasn't sure whether he'd be able to round him up with the initial contact. Furmore has been quiet so far. Five tries in his past 4 games out there on the left edge. Dummy half, couldn't find anyone. The initial dart, so Sa finds Tanner Boyd for the kick. Walsh in the mood today with a safe take as the custodian, and wins a penalty as well. There's been so much of that, and Jolliffe upset with himself.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jolliffe's just come onto the field, and that's all he's done is defend, but that was the case in the first half. The Warriors defend their set, they receive the ball, and then they just give away a penalty coming out of trouble. Nearly every set, and the Warriors just kick themselves out of trouble here off the back of a penalty. The Titans giving themselves no opportunity to build pressure on the opposition.
Yet to get one themselves. Gold Coast giving up 4 piggybacks. Tiafoa up over halfway on play 2. Egan always counting numbers in the defensive line, and Tom Ale made it tough for Jolliffe. Off the long run, Murdoch Marcilla. Great to see him moving so well after injury concerns over the last couple of months. Walsh kicking on play 5. Campbell took the right option, caught his teammate out of it, and stays in the field of play.
Yeah, he did real well then, Campbell. He's not the biggest man as they get a penalty. But he got to the ball and they got down quickly. A really good kick chase. He had to get down on the ground, and which he did. And on the back of that, they get a penalty.
First penalty of the game for the visitors.
Just little things change games, like that kick for touch there. They only got 10 metres out of it. It was a poor kick. They should have been taking the ball up on the 40-metre line.
Good metres on offer for Boyd off the back of it though. Now centre field, SA finding Tino. And Curran held on, one of the top tacklers again for the Warriors. Happens week in, week out. In fact, he does lead the way with 17 now. I'm not sure we'll give him that one, as he came third man in just to finish the job, but you never know. Stats boys might be generous today. Fafita. And he exploded in this second half. Jolliffe putting his head down. Still plenty of tackles up their sleeve here for the set restart. Pass hits the deck. Brimson might just make it work. How quick does his mind think? And he nearly set up the chance for Marju in the corner. The scramble from the Warriors impressive, but AJ Brimson, just love watching the way he goes about it.
Yeah, he just picks the ball up and so quickly sums up the situation, realises there's space in behind, and then just puts the ball on his boot, and a really good chase. As you said, really good awareness from Brimson, and a lovely touch.
Short drop out. Up they go. Accidental offside perhaps, but Beau Fermor for now is the first Titan in history to score in 5 consecutive games. But it looked a little dodgy. Is there a touch here from Sami? I'm not sure there is. But then knock on Fermor or backwards?
So it's initially backwards off the Warriors in the contact. It's both Fermor in the stomach chest region we're playing on.
Looking good here for history.
Oh my fucking god.
And he becomes the first Titans forward to score in 5 consecutive games. I forgot about the outside man there.
Yeah, so there's, obviously off the back of the Brimson kick, some good awareness. He kicked the ball and they got a restart. It didn't look pretty at the start, but there was definitely no knock on from the Titans. And Beau Fermor, Johnny on the spot, picked it up, knew there was no error, and gets his try. He's been fantastic for the Titans all year. He's been one of their players who can hold his head up high. Every week he tries and competes, and he's so powerful when he carries the football.
Of course, David Fafita, as a back rower, scored all of those tries last season, but never 5 games.
He was offside.
Beau Fermor has
No,
achieved that
he
now.
was way offside. He was
And it's
fucking
6
offside,
in
don't
5.
fuck with.
There was a double thrown in there as well. And they're back in the game. This kick to make it an 8-point margin. Scored the first try in the round 2 game against the Warriors. And punched through, sneaking it inside that upright was Tanner Boyd. And it's 20 points to 12.
Now the pressure's on the Warriors. While the scoreboard shows us 20-12, they can't let the Titans just march up the field again. Last time, on the back of the kick, they gave a penalty away on tackle 2, which gave the Titans an opportunity to kick out their end through that penalty, and they come up with a try from the repeat set. Now the pressure's on their defensive systems. They've got to defend. They've got to make the Titans kick out of trouble rather than get penalties out of trouble.
Up next on your Super Saturday, we'll be off to Cogra. It's the Dragons against the Broncos. Must win for Brisbane. 9th on the ladder. Have to put the pressure on Canberra by winning this game. At the moment, the Raiders will be taking on the Storm. That's as it stands in week 1 of the finals. All coming away ad-free on Fox League. About the Battle of the West. After Parramatta secured 4th spot with that epic win over Melbourne. To take on Penrith, who'll be rested and ready to go week 1 of the finals. They take on the Cowboys later in North Queensland to round out our Super Saturday on Fox League. Decent set here off the back of points. Can they finish it? Attacking kick, up goes Fafita, off who this time? Might just get a repeat set out of it. It's all Warriors again. In the aerial challenge.
Yeah, it was a poor kick-off from the Warriors. They didn't kick it long from the kick-off. It landed in that mid-zone about the 25-metre line, and the Titans just marched themselves up, contested on the kick, which is exactly the form reversal of what the Warriors were doing in the first half. They contested their kick, and they come up with a repeat set.
He thought he was going to get a 20-metre tap there, Reece Walsh. So the short drop out backfired moments ago led to a Titans try. This time, safety first, right up the middle, and the slip from Campbell could have led to an embarrassing moment, but he picked up teammates. Essa.
Reminded me of a Lance Thompson and Nathan Brown moment.
One for the blooper reel. Jolliffe off the long run. And suddenly all the momentum with the visitors. Turner for Fafita. Asking for a set restart. Don't see that too often. And he got it. Plenty of time here for the Titans to try and score back-to-back tries. Jolliffe having another go. Now the depth on the right-hand side, and they're screaming for it out here. Essa, legs tackle from Egan, mighty impressive, chopped him down. Campbell slipped through the first tackle and the second, proving elusive the fullback, but there wasn't a whole lot of support, and that was the last. Forced to hand it over somewhat meekly in the end.
Yeah, and he's not happy with his outside man there. He had to turn back in the middle field. He beat a few people with his run, but the outside man weren't in position for the play, and they turned the ball over pretty easily in the end, the Titans. I'll be disappointed with that set.
That defensive stand could be all important in the final wash-up today. It felt like a big moment there. The Titans had very good ball, trying to cut that margin back to 2 points. Just checked on Walsh in back play, but he's soldiering on here as Harley again busting tackles. He's caught the eye tonight. 23-year-old playing just his 7th game in the NRL. That's his kick hanging in the air a long time, off the hands of course even.
We're talking about the Warriors forwards, their footwork and their strength and their power and their little short passes, but it's the play from their dummy halfway Egan has been outstanding, bringing his forwards onto the ball as we watch this human wrecking ball just carried out their end.
Marju, mighty impressive. And Fonawaker desperate to celebrate game 100 with a victory here. Marju's up over 100 metres run now, only Titan into triple figures in run metres. Kick from Boyd looks very handy off the boot. Thompson chasing hard. Walsh with the footwork and the deception. Look out! Here comes Jojo! And Fafita there to nail him on the 10-metre line. Don't worry, Corey, I've got your back, and Walsh felt that one.
Well, he wasn't felt. He got checked about a couple of minutes before about a rib complaint. He'll be checking him again now because that was a big hit. He showed great awareness to beat the first man, but there's no way he was going to beat Jojo.
The full body weight just testing out that rib concern. Martini Zalesniak taking on the big man, including Jolliffe. Harris greeted by Fodawaker. Some stinging tackles in this set. Titans showing they mean business, trying to come from behind in this second 40. So difficult to change direction in these breezy conditions at Mount Smart, and Thompson found out the hard way when Walsh put the footwork on in his own in goal a moment ago. So Brimson can be tough to contain as well as it gets more and more slippery. Campbell another. Still concerned, Reece Walsh. But does not want to come off, and the hits from Dejan Arce creates the error out of Beau Fermor.
Yeah, exactly what you want from your young half. Up against his back rower on a lead run. That's really good contact. Puts his body in front. Forces the error. As we just look at possession, in the first half it was well above 60% to the Warriors. Now it's back down to a 52%. The Titans just starting to turn the tide a little bit. Value possession, get good field position, and they'll find points.
The NRL Telstra Premiership Grand Final returns to Sydney. The best NRL and NRLW teams battling it out for glory. You can be there to witness it live.
Yes! Hell yeah!
Give up the chase because Viliami Vailea has gone 60 metres to put the Warriors back in control.
And there was nothing on, it was just straight from the scrum. Just a one-on-one miss.
Oh, this is
Beautiful
damn
footwork, we'll
touch of
see.
game basketball. I suppose.
It had the legs to go all the way as well.
If the
As we watch
Titans,
the replay,
see,
it's just
last
a
week the Titans
beautiful
won
left, right foot
since
step.
Newcastle, and now
And there's no one at home, obviously, from the scrum. Everyone's
now
up in the
they're
front line. And he had the
losing
legs
to
to
the
get
Warriors.
home. That's a big turning point for the Warriors. A right, beautiful footwork.
Tough replay to watch. Up in the Gold Coast coaches box with Justin Holbrook and company as Fafita was wiped out by the movement of Tanner Boyd. Completely wrong-footed by the sharp right foot step of Viliami Vailea. This teenager now has 7 tries in 12 games to start his career. What a future ahead of him with a step like that.
Yeah, one-on-one, that was beautiful footwork and actually made the Titans' defence come up and in, and then Fafita actually knocked his player over as he come out of the scrum. Wasn't much he could do about it. Beautiful
So
footwork.
Chanel has
and
to
then back
release
it up with some speed.
second choice kicker tonight in New Zealand.
So Reece Walsh, troubled by that rib issue, has handed over the goal-kicking responsibilities here. And Harris DeVita says, thanks, mate. Knocks it over from right in front to make it a very handy margin again.
I wouldn't be handing those ones over. I'd be waiting to the one from the sideline say, coming out of this one. As we watch the footwork again, looked like he was going to come off his left, and then he just goes bang off his right foot. Beats him from the inside shoulder. Just what the Warriors needed. The Titans were fighting their way back.
Next year,
The Warriors kick clear again.
will be the first
Great
choice
energy at
kicker.
Mount Smart
Will
today.
be the
The
goal
fans
kicker.
right into it here. Can they play finals again soon? Hopefully next year. Only once in the last 11 years have they gone on to play finals footy. That was 2018 when they snuck in 8th spot. Since the 2011 Grand Final, that's their only finals appearance. And they've got the likes of Nia Corey, Dylan Walker, Mitch Barnett, Nickel Klookstar, Tamari Martin, the swap deal with Reece Walsh, and also Metcalf from the Sharks. They're the names on their way.
Yeah, a lot of players there, a lot of good players. So really good opportunity for the Warriors. Obviously, the World Cup is going to put a little bit of a dent in their pre-season, and they won't all be together probably till January. But looking forward to seeing them, especially back home next year.
And under a new coach, of course. Big challenge for Webster. Egan looking to find his kicker. To Harris Tavita. Of course, he kept his eyes on the footy, not many others were. Found his fellow winger, but that pass adjudged to have gone forward.
The Warriors' kicks haven't been great at the end of their sets. They've got 2 tries from kicks, but what they have been good at is competing on the kick. They've landed in no man's zone a few times, but they've had people around the football and they've competed hard to get it if the Titans have chosen to let it bounce.
Just about an hour away from our next game on Fox League. The Dragons against the Broncos. Brisbane for a win on the road at Cogra to keep their finals hopes alive. It's all coming your way live and exclusive on Channel 502 Fox League. Ball came loose very late. 3 in the tackle from the Warriors, and again the ball controller Fermor. I did a game with the Titans in Coffs Harbour this year, and he lost it on 4 or 5 occasions. Just in contact with the ground. And tonight, he's lost it a couple of times in quick succession here. That's one thing to tidy up for the man who's on the Origin radar.
Yeah, definitely. It must be a carrier grip situation, which we see Reece Walsh go to the sideline and Lussick come on.
Reshuffle time. Lussick into the dummy half roll. Egan stays out there. And Harris Pavetta will go back to fullback, you'd imagine. Very late call here. Judge the knock on against Barley.
No one against us, right? 4 minutes
Saying his goodbyes down for the Broncos in that swap deal with Tamari Martin.
Got to be careful if you're a young fullback out there on the field and you're showing that you've got sore ribs. One of those front rowers will notice it. And guess what? When you carry that football next time, he'll be picking you up.
Harris Tavita played as the fullback when Walsh was suspended at the start of the season.
Come together. Wait, heads in, body. Stay in. Break.
What?
Campbell, the slip out of the tackle of Egan, and the light stepping at Jaden Campbell. Able to link up with Thompson. Complaints about obstruction, so gives himself up on play 1. No point risking it. Wallace is back as the dummy half.
Hey, see that? One on the TV? Where the Warriors are kicking ass? And these 2 teams played each other last year in round 25, and it was the Titans 40 0.
Eventually the ball loose. It looked like it.
Oh, do not challenge that you put the coconut.
Hang on a minute. Captain's challenge, please.
Time off, captain's challenge. The on-field ruling is not on against Gold Coast on tackle 3.
Hey, Mum.
Just wanted to see if there's any ruck interference from Darwin.
Looks like a hand in there having a refresh.
Oh, I think it's more of an elbow. Dallin's elbow is in there around the football.
The boys are leading 26-0. I think I'm 26-12. The Titans. And Mum, beginning this game, 4 minutes into this game, the Warriors scored 3 tries, led 16-0.
Correct. Brief.
Dallin has failed to clear the ruck and his right arm forces the ball out. The challenge is successful.
2 captains' challenges today and 2 successful.
they're saying the Warriors could make the top 8 next year. Make the top 8 next year.
21 minutes to go, and Gold Coast hanging in
The
there.
last time the Warriors made top 8 was in 2018, and they haven't made a top 8 since the 2011 Grand Final.
Jolliffe.
And the squad goes well for the Warriors are wearing their black jerseys for the last game.
All good looking, playing the
Oh,
ball.
and this time they have knocked it on.
Complaining and forgot about doing the easy part. And they think about another one here, yes. Back to back, captain's challenges. He was trying to get a dialogue going with the referee as he played it here, Jamin Jolliffe.
Well, it's interesting. Jamie Jolliffe puts it on the foot of the marker.
Did he lose control at any stage?
I don't think so, but he does put it on the foot, which is
Vanilla Blake is retreating from the space of the ruck. Jamin Jolliffe places the ball on his foot and loses possession. The challenge is unsuccessful.
that's a tough one for Jamie because he actually does roll it backwards and then attempts to strike the football. So you go either way sometimes, but he did place it on the foot of the marker. He needs to take a little bit more care.
If the Warriors win tonight, this is the third win at home. But you know how Auckland is the Warriors home ground? It might not be next year though. Actually, it would still be, but the Warriors are going to play home games in Wellington as well. Yeah, I think it's like Christchurch or something. Not exactly sure, but.
In this contest, quarter of the game to go. No Reece Walsh anymore after saying his goodbyes earlier. Doesn't appear like he'll be back.
Good for you. Make sure you give me 2 Big Macs.
Harris, 30-year-old true warrior. Oh, with strong leaders. The player here for Lussick. A specialist hooker. The likes of Booth, Clark and McIntyre have all played that role for the Titans, but it's Wallace fulfilling that role right now. Great take, Jojo Fafita. Big raps on him. Coming through the junior ranks, and in just his 8th game tonight, 19 years of age, is Shane Plenty.
Yeah, support kicking from the Warriors. They just haven't got the kicking game right. Had the opportunity to put it down in that bottom corner. Comes off the side of his boot again. Just gives the Titans a really good football position. There's Mars who beats 2, 3, 4.
Just keeps on going. Up around 150 metres run now for Greg Marju. Adding to his 6th tackle bust with that previous carry. There's Wallace with a dart. Finding Jolliffe. On to Boyd. Nice early ball here for Fafita. Bit of room to move. Now you can just let go in time. Boyd, crossfield, looks deep, too deep. Easy for Arthurs. 7 tackle set given up. Can he tap that one? Teddy Celeste, the arc all in the one motion. He's moved so beautifully right throughout this game. He doesn't want the season to end.
No, exactly. We have a look at the Titans attack there. They come across to this right-hand side. No real purpose to it, and no one really knew exactly what sort of shape they wanted to run. They make it up on the run, and then come up with a poor set end.
Michael Maguire will be enthused by the work of Dallin Wateni Celestia today in New Zealand. One of the favourites for the World Cup, all coming up live and exclusive on Fox League in the not too distant future. Graham setting in perhaps for Aiken. Harris to lead, pressure on the kick. Came from Wallace. Fafita again, just confident enough to try and take it overhead, but the ball was jolted loose, and he did well to bat it backwards before the knock-on was about.
Actually been okay defensively, the Titans in their second half. Total game missed tackles was only 14 compared to the Warriors 28. So it's not about having defensively not missing too many tackles, it's just what they do with the football and obviously too many errors conceding possession.
And four of the top 5 metre eaters, as you saw, were Warriors, including a couple of interchange forwards, Afoa and Ale, both playing their part. Marshall, the only Titan in the top 5. Boyd, late contact from Harris, nothing in it. A little bit of set action in the last couple of minutes. Point scoring has slowed down here at Mount Smart.
Yeah, exactly right, Speedy, and that's what the Titans need. They need to get into this cycle of an arm wrestle and then just chip away at the scoreboard. They just can't worry about, they've got to score points, Just get into the cycle and then just chip away at it. Get a try and then focus again.
Fanua Blake, over halfway. And it's Harris to beat it with that left boot. Thompson calling himself into it, pulling Campbell out of it. Don't forget 2 more games coming up tonight on Fox League on your Super Saturday. The Dragons against the Broncos next. Must win for Brisbane. Coming away from Netstrata Jubilee. And then after that, potentially, grand final preview as the Cowboys take on the Panthers. Any hope of North Queensland finishing top 2 goes on the line there. Currently slated to be away from home in week 1 of the finals against Cronulla, but that could all change in the next 24 hours or so. Brimson, slips catch, Martini Zalesnia. Not sure we should mention cricket though, after Australia was rolled by Zimbabwe today in Townsville on Fox Cricket.
Is that a first? I think so.
3rd time ever.
Wow.
Corsi runs over one. Lussick looking left and right. There's the Fanua Blake. Pass hits the deck. Oh, brilliant efforts. Harris, the feeder, able to juggle it and keep it above ground level, crucially on the 3rd take. And he elected to play it that Marshu. Not sure why in these conditions. And it's out across the touchline and essentially a repeat set for the Warriors.
Yeah, it was an interesting kick. Trying to find the touchline. I'm sure if he had his time again, he just would have let it go over that touchline. They would have got possession back in the middle of the field from a play the ball. He's had a play at it. Unfortunately, he's coming to touch, and the Warriors in really good field position to put this game away.
Comes on, back on for his second stint. Fanua Blake looking likely today. Tino not letting him through. Lussick has to go off the back of it.
Yes!
He hit the ball down in amongst 4 Titans. Freddie Lussick in search of his second career try.
Again, we lose sight of the ball.
So there's the opportunity to just go to Freddie Lussick and say, did you get it down? He's a good honest kid. He'll say no, and we go back to the play.
Determine if Freddie Lussick gets the ball to the ground here. Looking at alternate angles.
He knows he didn't get it down.
Ever the professional Isaac Liu, 226th game, and the show of strength there to keep the ball where he wanted it.
He got well and truly into the end goal.
Based on all available camera angles, will be supporting the on-field decision of held up.
He just couldn't get down quick enough. And some good strength showed by the Titans to hold him up and keep him off the ground. But now they need to concentrate. Third tackle.
Tackle 3.
Harris for Egan. And broken up there. Was it knocked on by the Titans? It doesn't matter now. It's play on for Cleese Haas taken down.
What? Feels like for
Didn't
knocking.
knock on against the Warriors. Was
I
the
thought
call from the
it looked
referee?
like
Yeah, there was just Egan
looked
playing out
like
of position.
it was
playing
knocked
in
on
the
by the
half
Titans,
now
bro.
at back
It looked like the
shape. Just
Titans
couldn't get it in and
hit
out
the
of his
ball
hands quick enough. There was
and
an
knocked it
opportunity
forward.
to put his winger away. But some good defence by the Titans. Comes up with good contact. And they're away with the football.
Yeah, Egan found Harris DeVito. Eventually it broke down there. Fodawaker winding up. 5 or 6 most contact metres on offer. And the 22-year-old playing his 100th game today. Campbell for Brimson. A slip as he passed. And we get to the last 10 metres out, the Titans. I saw Malaawi trying to kick, and Lussick got there. What about that effort? Denies the kick and scoops it up all in the one motion.
Yeah, great effort from Lussick, but poor play from the Titans. And then they give a penalty away, but that's where your halves need to take control. They tip it onto their leader, their forward, he's carried the football, he's been out there, he's made heaps of runs, defended really well, and all of a sudden he's got the ball on tackle 5, and he feels that he has to kick. And Lussick comes up with a nice play. But that's where the Gold Coast Titans halves have let their team down. They needed to get into position to get that last play on.
The things you see on replay, it's actually a kick, he got moved to ball there, and Lussick actually knocked it on, trying to scoop it up, so would have been some kind of eagle-eyed official who would have spotted that. Running there by the half. Dejan Arce. Oh, what about the pass? These two front rowers have enjoyed combining today. Reception came from Fanua Blake, and now Aitken inside the red zone. He goes. Fanua Blake. This time he holds on and will play it just 10 out. Arce doesn't get it through the line. Fermor able to control and link up. Push the pass. And is it a knock-on at the end of it all from Sami? I think so. Fermor went for broke. And they'll have to defend yet another set.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, Bo Fermor had to get that ball away. Had to chance his arm. Dejan Arce goes deep into the line, doesn't get the kick through, couldn't thread the needle, and that pass just goes to ground. There's a mess up and a knock on the trying to get the fight for that football. But as I said, they've got a chance their arm now, the Titans. They've got to score points.
We're all here, clock off. Heads in, Josh, Ewan.
Lost their past 2, had a tough little draw at the back end of the season against the Cowboys and the Panthers away from home. With a chance to finish the season on a high. In control here, leading by 14 with 9 to go. And great ball here for Fanua Blake to go to work again. Tohu Harris. Trying to put Kanzawa through a hole that wasn't there. Took some stopping though. Wants to get Lussick a little bit of room. Arce captured past the line fall. Chance in the corner. He was high flying again once, ending Zelezniak. But no put down this time. And a clean knock on against him. This time the Titans should have a foot.
Yeah, I think Dallin was in for another try there. Had the smile ready. Had the celebrations ready. There was some really good contact coming across in cover. As he's in the air, really good contact. And it's not a shoulder charge, it's really good contact. And then they come up with possession with no advantage.
Fermor in cover with one of the most spectacular try savers you could ever wish to see. Great signs from the young man. Game number 46 today, Bo Fermor. Try scoring in this second half. He's had some issues with ball handling, but still putting his body on the line there to keep his team in the game just. And they should get a penalty there. What was Lussick thinking? Even you and Aitken says to Lussick, come on, man.
Yeah, a little bit of a brain snap there. Pushes the player as he's playing the ball. Played for almost 46 games. Amazing. Still got so much football in front of him. Powerful ball runner, and this Gold Coast Titans team will be better for it next year.
Was in the extended Queensland Origin squad this year as well. Ball headed his way again. Brimson pirouetting his way through the line again. I'm sure Tino was happy about Jolliffe running onto that one. Now they turn away from the captain again for Brimson. Trapping and scrapping here is Curran. Elected to go with a second kick rather than dive on it. And the set restart for the Titans. Campbell weaving his way through. How well balanced is this guy? They didn't stand a chance. Jaden Campbell with a solo effort. What about the balance?
He just picks the ball up. When he picked the ball up and the defensive line of the Warriors was all over the place, I knew there was trouble. I didn't know if he'd score, but it just shows, as you said, how balanced he is. He beats one, he comes off his right foot, beats another two there. He would be an outstanding, if we still had our Rugby League nines, imagine how many tries he would score.
Yes, in that environment. Are they checking on something here? Saw the referee blow time off. Of course, there was that situation with Curran blocking the kick and then the secondary soccer. And the try yet to be confirmed here. Now it is. All good for Boyd to knock it over. Doesn't want to waste any time because it's back to 8 points, the margin. And they're still in it.
Yeah, my word, they're still in it. They need to have a really powerful set here. If they don't get points, they need to make sure they turn it over in that bottom corner and make the Warriors come off their line and be really disciplined. They're only going to get 3 or 4 shots at them, at most.
Try number 9 for Jaden Campbell. And he wants another one before this one is through. Don't forget, coming up next, the Dragons against the Broncos. Must win for Brisbane on Fox League. They've let the season slip away, but there's still hope to work their way to 8th spot on the ladder. All will be revealed in the next 2 hours or so. Off the back fence came Fodawaker and Curran there to stop him. At some expense. He looked a little wobbly after that one in the headgear.
Good start, 2 tackles to the 30-metre line. His big Tino up to the 40. They'll be able to get an attacking kick away here.
That's some kind of physicality. Round 25 without finals on the line with 5 to go between Fodawaker and Curran. Here's Campbell again. Dragged down from behind, importantly, by Arthurs. Boyd. Pass behind Jojo Fafita, and it set him up for a wallop. Off the wing. And of course he got to it. Seen some big hits in this one. Still the final play. Flicked out the back by Marju. Overlap being created here. Sami sensed it. Fermor. Chance back inside. It's game on at Mount Smarts. The Titans refusing to die.
And we said they needed to have a good set. We've gone two sets for 2 tries. And it was the last play that Warriors decided not to contest the catch. And then the Titans, that man Marju, just gets a late offload and they skip across the defensive line and find out where they've got numbers. And then it's that man again, Furmore, really good decision, punched his nose through the line, could have gone to his outside man, but the better option was to go inside. And we have got a race home, that's for sure.
So the former Warrior, Paul Turner, making it easier for his goal kicker as well. But they're back within a converted try already. Could make it a 2-point margin. Then a penalty goal would be enough to force Golden Point. It's all happening at Mount Smart Stadium. Didn't see this comeback coming 20 minutes ago.
No, definitely. The last 10 minutes has just been all the Titans.
And Boyd remains perfect with the boot. 4 minutes to go. They'll get the ball again. It's 26-24. The kind of scoreline you anticipate with these two clubs going at it.
Yeah, well, we knew at the start of the game it wasn't going to be a defence-orientated game. It was going to be about who's going to score the most. And at the moment, we've got 4 minutes, just under 4 minutes, and they're going to throw everything out at the Titans.
Penny, for your thoughts, Kevin Walters, wasn't that an amazing look inside the Broncos dressing room? Can his team deliver in the final round and try and snatch that finals berth? 2 tries in about 2 minutes. If they can find another one in the next 4 minutes, they'll steal it. So many right decisions made on that final play. Sami giving it to Furmore earlier. He put his foot down and they get a penalty here. Katoa knew he was in trouble for a crusher kind of action.
Oh, that's a big penalty for the Titans. Just what they needed. Get a good kick away here as we see their leaders talking up what sort of set they want, where they're going to land, which side they're going to pull the trigger.
Have not recorded back-to-back wins all season. The Gold Coast Titans now is their chance.
It was just a clumsy tackle.
He's on report. In doubt for round 1 of next season. Ellie Katoa when he'll be a Melbourne Storm man. Craig Bellamy might be getting angry watching the replays. Waker. Ball playing this time. Turner.
Oh my.
With the X Factor.
I think the Titans might school. Again, I bet you the Titans will
knocking on
score.
the door of an epic come from behind
The
victory
Titans
here.
will win anyway, but they're going to score to win. Yep,
Campbell, left-hand side. Brimson kicking. And it holds up nicely. Repeat set. 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, they have to play it here, the Warriors. But I'm not quite sure if the kick was on. They get a repeat set and that's all he wants at this stage of the game. Maybe the ball through the hands. He had outside support there. Get it to his Marju on the wing there. He chose to kick. He got a repeat set. A big 2 minutes here for the Warriors.
Of course, no thoughts of a short dropout because a penalty right in front would lead to a tied-up ball game. Oh, it nearly got away from Jaden Campbell. Haven't we seen some amazing takes? That was a high shot. That might be a penalty. And Fanor Blake desperate to bring him back to his feet because a penalty looms here and a shot at goal to tie it up.
You're exactly right, Speedy. It's a high shot. That was a fantastic catch. We talked about the cricket earlier. Well, that's a beautiful switch catch. And the little man pokes his nose through the line, but then just gets it clipped around the ears. He'll get up and be okay, but it's definitely going to be a penalty to the Titans.
It's a penalty. Direct contact is on report.
And no 10 in the bin. But now Tanner Boyer has been perfect with the boots, has the shot to potentially send us to extra time here. What are you going to do? I think we're going to have a shot.
Without a doubt. Don't think about it too much, Tony. You kick these at training every day. Line it up and put it through.
Hasn't he just exploded into life here, Jaden Campbell, in the last 20 minutes of this game? Brilliant solo try. Helped narrow the margin. Backed up by Paul Turner's effort. And suddenly the shot. And tying it all up at 26 apiece. Both of these teams concede more than this across the season. Boyd to silence the Blues in the final minute. The Titans chase, but they watch it sail over. We are all locked up. What a comeback from the Gold Coast Titans.
Yeah, Adam Fanua-Blake's been one of the Warriors' best, but he just comes up with the wrong tackle selection there. Just gets the young man, he's fast and he's elusive. And he's probably worried about his footwork, but he just tripped him high. And we're going to extra time, more than likely.
Reece Walsh says, get me back on, coach.
Oh,
For the potential shots at field goal, it tends to turn into a field goal shootout. Put me on. Put me on. How many interchanges have they got left?
Dandy. Go the boy! Oh, the toy!
You wouldn't think so. Happy to settle.
Hey, yo, Chad, they need Reece Walsh on the field right now. Because Reece Walsh or Chanel have Reece Walsh and Chanel have Sevilla can kick a field goal.
They keep it through the hands here. A Hail Mary play. Brimson took a big risk.
Oh! This is the game.
Still going. Ball to be chased. And it's all Titans here. They nearly opened the door for Peters to kick back then as well. Kept it in his hands, which was another risk. And after all that, we're bound for golden points on Fox League. What an epic comeback. 26 points all.
Well, Reece Walsh is standing his own case now. He couldn't rely on his trainer to put the message across to the coach. He said, I want to talk to him. I want to get back out there.
This game, it was the Warriors leading 16-0 at one stage. They were in command of this one as well with about 10 to go. But then Campbell's solo try ignited the Titans. And they forced an extra 5 minutes.
The Titans coach, Justin Holt, would have fell out of his coach's box on that last play there. Risky play. I know they've got to score points. But to punt that pass, hits the deck, and then Dale Martini, Zelezniak, puts it on the boot. Anything could have happened.
Toss important because there's been a scoring end here tonight. Toru Harris knows which way he wants to go. Tino lost the toss.
It's interesting talking to a lot of different captains about what they do in this situation, whether they receive. The old theory was that possession, but kicking off in these conditions, force an error, back your defence. Obviously, you have your defence, no penalties coming out of their end and make them kick.
They could do with that guy out there, couldn't they? Sean Johnson with his field goal ability.
He loves these moments, steps up. You know, of the 5 minutes, one side's probably going to get 3 sets, one side's going to get 2 sets. It's all a matter of where they get them and where they finish them.
In the 74th minute, this game was 26 points to 12 in favour of the home team, the Warriors. Gold Coast could have turned it up. Final round, let's get ready for vacation. But they dug in, somehow found a way to force Golden Point. That late penalty given up by Fanua-Blake opened the door for Tanner Boyd. So the Warriors wanted to go this way, and they get the ball as well. Winding up, Bunty at fire. Takes them outside of the 20. First 5 minutes, first score wins of Golden Point. Fanua-Blake looking to atone. Blake accused of milking. Referee has a big part to play, of course. Potentially. Saul Harris right up the middle. There's a potential to have a shot down breeze here. Lussick having a look over his shoulder. And Dejan Arce does not get hold of it. And goes all the way into the in goal. That's a 7-tackle set. You tend to give it up when you go for a field goal and don't nail it.
Yeah, exactly. They start from the 20-metre line, 7 tackles. They'll be in really good field position. The 7 tackle get you 10 metres, will put you in really good field position to have that shot. They'll play football to get there as well. Otherwise, defensively, they'll squeeze up and they'll manage it.
Tino Fasuamalawi with the go forward. Can Fafita put his stamp on it late? Jolliffe on play 3. And look where they are already. Fonawaker. He showed his determination to go out a winner here. With his second stint. Jolliffe keeps it alive. Here is Fafita. Keeps it alive for his namesake. Jojo on the outside. Inside the 20 they go. Field goal kickers wait centre field. Brimson with depth. Jaden Campbell's going to have the shots.
Yes.
Down and alive for the Warriors.
Yeah, both sides just haven't got it right on that occasion. The Titans got caught on the sideline, had to go to a long pass to find Campbell, and some good pressure coming from the inside.
What a charge.
Go for the charge down and it works out the Warriors' way.
What a save, brother.
Yeah, very handy ricochet over went the other way. The Titans would have had a fresh set coming their way. And there's Corsi in off the wing. Can they keep them out of field goal range here, the Gold Coast Titans? Put me in the game, coach. Says Reece Walsh. Turned down on all of those communication systems. Look at Fonawaker. Latch onto a loose ball. And I know Shane Flanagan, you love that when your team dive on the ball in that kind of situation.
I love that. That's a 50-50 situation, and he just wanted it more than the opposition. And that's what you need for his team. Now he's on the halfway line. They're going to get a real good opportunity in this second last set. 148. They'll probably 2 sets unless they can finish it here.
And they went wide, as you said, on the previous set. Got out of position for the shot. Now they can keep it up the middle surely. Fasuamalawi, the captain, does just that. Jaden Campbell, Brimson, Tanner Boyd, all getting into position as options. They'll take it on play 5. Boyd has been deadly with the boots and seals the comeback. How on earth did they do this? Back-to-back wins for the first time all year from 26-12 down with 6 minutes to go. They snatch it. 27 points to 26. It's a miracle, and Tanner Boyd is the hero.
Yo, Chad, we better get ready for the next one now.
What an unbelievable finish at Mount Smart Stadium, and what a